Hello students. Since from last couple of lectures we are talking or we are studying chemical thermodynamics. So far we saw so many equations like Gibbs free energy equation, Helmholtz free energy equations, variation of these two equations with pressure and temperature. Also we saw Gibbs Helmholtz free energy equation, and in yesterday's video lecture we saw Gibbs Duhem equation. Now in today's video lectures we want to study another very important topic, that is concepts of fugacity and activity. In previous video lectures we studied chemical potential with the help of Gibbs-Duhem equation. In today's video lecture we want to study three important terms. One is fugacity, other is activity, and third one is a activity coefficient. So let me see, because all these three are related to one another or one other, and therefore we want to study all these three terms with the help of equation. The chemical potential of ith component is given by equation, that is we already discussed in yesterday video lectures. d by mu I upon d by p at constant temperature, and number of moles of jth component is equal to Vi bar. For a single pure component systems, above equation can be written as, here Nj is not taken because number of components is only 1, so N is equal to 1. So d mu upon dp or d by mu upon d by p at constant temperature gives V bar, because here I is taken as 1. Number of more component is only 1, and therefore the value of Nj becomes 1. For ideal gas equation we have Pv is equal to nRT. So if you just rearrange that, what is then? Pv upon n is equal to RT, right? Pv upon n is equal to RT, or V is equal to what? RT upon P. When n is equal to 1, then V bar is equal to RT upon P. This is called the when there is a ideal gas equation. Now substitute the value of V bar into equation number 84. We will get d mu is equal to RT dp upon P. d mu is equal to RT dp upon P. Now equation 86. Now if you integrate equation number 86, it gives mu is equal to RT ln P plus C, where C is called as integration constant. Now this equation becomes 87. Again I will tell you, if you integrate equation number 86, then equation 86 can be written in the form of integrated form, like mu is equal to RT ln P plus C, that is the 87th equation, where C is called as integration constant. At standard state, when P is equal to 1 and mu is equal to mu 0, where mu is what? Mu is a chemical potential. But if you consider at the standard, then mu can be written as mu 0. Okay, so mu 0 is the chemical potential under standard condition of unit atmosphere. When we consider standard, when there is a parameter fixed, like at constant temperature, at standard room temperature, that means that at 1 atmospheric pressure if you want to carry it out, that means if there is temperature which is 25 degrees Celsius and pressure if it is 1 atmospheric pressure, then it is, these are the standard and which is universally accepted also. So if equation 87 can be written as, if you integrate 87 equation, and then it can be written as mu is equal to mu 0 RT ln P. Mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln P. You got this point? Mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln P. Then integration constant can be removed. Now equation 88 called as mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln P. Now the equation 88 can be applicable only for ideal gases and not for the real gases. Okay, as we know that when we called as ideal gases, when it follows the ideal gas equation, when any gas which follows ideal gas equation, then it is called as ideal gases, ideal gas equation or ideal gases. So to apply equation 88 for real gases, Lewis introduced the concept called as fugacity, because there is no any gas which are ideal, because it is very difficult to achieve a gas at ideal gas equations, because sometimes pressure may not be constant, change or may not be same, temperature can be varied, volume cannot be same, like it is very difficult to achieve the ideal gas equation or any gases which are actually in a atmosphere. It is very difficult to achieve this particular equation. Therefore, if you want to introduce the concept of fugacity, when it is introduced, when ideal equation 88 can be used for real gases. Actually equation 88 is only for ideal gases. Okay, mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln P. This is the equation only for ideal gases, but here we have real gases. So can we use equation 88 for real gases? Yes. So Lewis introduced the concept of fugacity. Who introduced the concept of fugacity? Lewis. And this fugacity is denoted by symbol small f. Fugacity represents the escaping tendency. What do you mean by fugacity? In short, fugacity is called as escaping tendency. That means gas has a tendency to what? Escape. Gas is having very less intermolecular force of attraction, and therefore the gaseous molecule can be move very fast, because there is a very low intermolecular force of attractions. That means the escaping tendency of gaseous molecule is very high. So fugacity can be represented as a escaping tendency that has same dimension as pressures. So if you consider that a Lewis real gases, then equation 88 can be written as mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln F. So here instead of pressure we are using what? Fugacity, F. Okay, now equation 89 we have, since real gases behaves ideal only when P is equal to 0, it follows that F is directed to P when P is equal to 0. You got this point? That means there is a limit. So what is that limit? Pressure becomes 0, then and then only real gases become ideal. If pressure becomes 0, it follows that fugacity becomes pressure. Okay, when pressure becomes 0. You got this limit? So this can be written, equation 89 can be written in the form of limit. F upon P which is equal to 1 when there is a limit, pressure becomes 0. The ratio of F upon P is called as activity coefficient, which is denoted by gamma. What is activity coefficient? It is the ratio of fugacity with respect to pressure, and that can be shown in the form of psi. Okay, the psi is equal to what? F upon P. Thus the activity coefficient can be defined as, it is the ratio of fugacity of to pressure of gas, which gives a direct measure if the extent to which the any real gas deviate from ideal. That means if any gas which is deviated from ideal to real at a given temperature and pressure, then you have to use which term? Activity coefficient. Everybody understood? So activity coefficient is defined as it is the ratio of fugacity to pressure of the gas. That is called as a, or what is fugacity? Fugacity is a escaping tendency of a gas when there is a real gas. Now for ideal gas, gamma is equal to what? 1. When? Because pressure is 1, then fugacity also becomes 1. So ideal activity coefficient gamma for ideal gas is 1, and therefore for an ideal gas F is equal to 1 P. In a similar way, chemical potential of ith component can be written as, for ideal solution, mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln C. This is the equation for chemical potential of ith component, where C is the concentration of ith component if ideal gas, where C is the concentration of ith component in ideal solution, but in non-ideal solution there exists some electrostatic attraction. For ideal gas we use the term to define concentration is C, but for non-real gas or for non-ideal gas, that means real gas, we have to consider their electrostatic attractions, ionization reaction of solute and solvent. Hence more exact results are obtained when concentration is replaced by activity. So if you replace Ci by Ai, so we will get the equation number 95. Mu is equal to mu I is equal to mu I 0 plus RT ln Ai. When Ai is considered or taken in place of Ci, Ci is taken for a ideal solution, and if you want to take Ai, that is only and only there is a non-ideal solution, where Ai is the activity of ith component in the solution. The activity is related to concentration of solution by the equation A is equal to C into gamma, or gamma is equal to A upon C. This is equation number 96. So we will get now the relation between activity coefficient, activity and concentrations, where gamma is called as activity coefficient and can be written as the ratio of activity to the concentration of a particular component in a solution, and it is a measure of deviation of solution from the ideal values. So this is, you have to remember, is in the form of relation between activity, fugacity and activity coefficient. Now we want to learn one more equation, that is a Van 't Hoff reaction isotherm, and that is very important for examination also. What is Van 't Hoff reaction isotherm? Every chemical reaction has free energy change, that is delta G, which is given by Van 't Hoff reaction isotherm. That means if you take any chemical reactions, there will be a change in energy called change in free energy, that is denoted as delta G, and which can be written in the form of Van 't Hoff reaction isotherm. So for a consider a reversible reactions, that is what AA plus BB gives LL plus MM. We have a reactions which is a reversible. What is a reversible reaction? Those reaction goes into forward as well as backward directions. That means, or in another word we can say that in those reactions where reactants are converted into product, at the same time if we change the condition, product again convert into reactant. So forward reactions where reactant convert into product, and backward reaction becomes where product convert into reactant. So AA plus BB gives LL plus MM. The free energies of the reactants and products are given in terms of chemical potential at constant pressure, temperature and composition. So free energy for reactant, that is G reactants, is equal to A mu A plus B mu B. This is free energy of reactant. Now G products is equal to L mu L plus M mu M. The change in free energy is given by delta G is equal to free energy of product minus free energy of reactant. So G product minus G reactant. So delta G becomes L mu L plus M mu M bracket complete minus A mu A plus B mu B. This is the chemical potential of substance is given by the relation mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln A, where mu is what? Chemical potential in standard state, and A is the activity of the substance. So if you have mu value, that is mu is equal to mu 0 plus RT ln A, then you just substitute that value in the form of reactants and product into equation number 97. So delta G is equal to in bracket L mu 0 L plus RT ln AL plus M in bracket mu 0 M plus RT ln AM bracket complete minus again in bracket A mu 0 A plus RT ln A plus B in bracket mu 0 B plus RT ln AB bracket complete. Now this is the full equation for reactant and product, or for the free energy change for any chemical reaction, that is a reversible reactions. Now this is called as equation number 98. If you rearrange equation number 98, then you will get what? Another equation which is the 99. Delta G is equal to in bracket L mu 0 L plus mu M mu 0 M in bracket complete again minus in bracket A mu 0 A plus B mu 0 B bracket complete plus RT ln activity of L raised to power small l into activity of capital M raised to power M upon activity of A to power A into activity of B raised to power B. That means in short, activity of product upon activity of reactant. If you replace the value of mu 0 by G0, then free energy of reactant and product can be written in the form of another equations. Delta G is equal to what? L G0L plus M G0M in bracket complete minus A G0A plus B G0B. That means you have to replace only mu 0 by G0 plus RT ln activity of capital L raised to power L into activity of capital M raised to power M upon activity of A raised to power A into activity of B raised to power B. So delta G is equal to delta G0 plus RT ln activity of L raised to power L into activity of M raised to power M upon activity of A raised to power A into activity of B raised to power B. Now this is equation number 101. Now the term activity of L raised to power L into activity of M raised to power M is upon activity of A raised to power A into activity of B raised to power B is equal to K, where K is called as equilibrium constants. Everybody understood? Therefore, delta G is equal to what? Delta G0 plus RT ln K. Now this is equation number 2. At equilibrium, delta G is equal to 0. Therefore, delta G0 is equal to minus RT ln K. So this equation is called as Ventov reaction isotherm. What is Ventov reaction isotherm? When delta G0 is equal to minus RT ln K at equilibrium condition. Delta G0 is equal to what? That means change in free energy at standard condition is equal to what? Minus RT ln K. With the activity in any arbitrary state, equation 101 can be written as delta G is equal to minus RT ln K plus RT ln QA, where QA is what? Activity ratio of product and reactants at arbitrary states. And therefore, for gaseous reactions, Ventov isotherm can be written as delta G is equal to minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln QP. This is the equation when there is a gaseous reactions. Then Ventov isotherm reactions can be written as delta G is equal to minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln Qp. Everybody understood that? So this is very, very important. Now we will see in next video lectures again some numericals on this particular topic. Okay, bye.